Welcome to Razmafzar TV, and I'm really happy to have Bede back on our channel. Hi, Bede, how are you doing today?
Oh, it's been a very nice day today. A bit cold, a bit wet, but still very nice.
Thank you. I'm going to show today, the whole idea, we're going to, of course, divide the talk with Bede into different sections, but there is a reason we are going to put and talk about these sections. First, we are going to talk about artifacts from Musée de l'Armée, Army Museum, Les Invalides, as the Parisians call it as well. And in this is one of the largest. I think I have seen so many military museums in the world, but I think by far this museum has more arms and armor than any museum, even more than Hermitage. Although Hermitage has a lot, we've talked about them,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, it's
This
enormous.
museum beats every museum. You can. So what we're going to talk about it, actually, I think with Bede, we are going to spend the next month on Musée de l'Armée, if Bede doesn't mean mine.
Quite possible, quite possible.
Yeah, quite possible. And I have to say, I could not record everything there. I spent 2 whole days when they opened until when the evening, late afternoon when they closed, but 2 days were definitely not enough. You need like the whole month to see everything properly. But so I did this, and today we are going to talk about and show you Ottoman arms and armor from 15th century starting, right, approximately, and the 14th, 15th century. And then we will go to Mameluke. We talked about some part of this Ottoman, like the horse armor. Then Mameluke, where that Mameluke horse armor, the French troops took it back from the Battle of the Pyramids and Niles. And also we are going to see the personal sword of Murad Bey, the Caliph. They captured it. We are going to see also many Mamluk arms and armor which were captured. And interestingly as well, after Napoleon fell in love with Mamelukes, he developed his own Mameluke cavalry, mostly Egyptians and Syrians, served him. And the French centers of sword making, like we talked about it, like Lingenthal, started to make Mameluke swords for them. So some of them are pattern welded. It's so beautiful. We saw it. We remember with the pattern welded they
Yeah,
made there, right?
it's
Some of
it's
them are
it's
not.
it's purely amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But they also made axes for them because they loved axes in
Mm.
Mameluke style. We're going to see all of them. So they were actually making patterns of Egyptian or Mameluke arms and armor based in France. And then they fell so much in love that the rest of generals of Napoleon all ordered a Mameluke sword.
Yeah.
And we are going
I mean,
today.
it spread all through Europe because of the
Yes,
influence of Napoleon.
exactly. We are
It's
going to
amazing.
see most, not all of them today, but many of Napoleon's personal generals, generals of Napoleon personal swords today, the Mameluke style. And guys, you will not believe what French makers can make. I
Oh
have,
yeah.
I mean, okay, we all know what Ottomans can make on this channel. Magnificent, that's clear. But we beat when we talked about the French armor center making, which was in Klingenthal. But now, Klingenthal made many of them, but they made it for high-ranking people, and they're kept in Musée de l'Armée. These are
Yes.
unbelievable. You will see what we are going to see. You will not believe your eyes. It's unbelievable. It's so beautiful. So let us then start. The museum is very, very proud because the name of the Sultan Bayezid II is on it, right? It has also inscriptions. This is a very old helmet, as they have it here, and a very beautiful one. As you see, it is like a turban, the so-called turban helmet, but it has
Mhm.
two other elements: neck protection, Pete, and
Yeah.
visor here. So go ahead, please, Pete. Look at this one. Isn't it
Yeah. This
beautiful?
is really quite interesting because the visor and the neck protection is a classically Ottoman thing. These helmets are normally only have earpieces if you see them in miniatures.
Yes.
Very rarely do they survive with earpieces. So, I mean, maybe they were just attached by leather straps and they fell off. Whereas the Ottomans, when they put, certainly the neck guards often had metal chain links, not like chain mail, but like little articulated links. I've seen one of the helmets that belonged to Suleiman. What is it? Al Kanuni Sultan Suleiman Khan. Uh, the quality of the workmanship is amazing. This is definitely the earlier style. I mean, looking at the helmet, you notice the kind of it's coming into the head there. It swells out a little bit, then it goes up to the point. Looking at the other helmets in this collection, you would say we in the West it's called a turban helmet, and I think it's because the swirl of the
Yes,
ribs around the helmet reminded people of turbans. But
yes,
some of the earlier ones, the ribs were straight.
straight.
Um, I don't think to the people that made them, they thought of them as turban-like. But they might have. Maybe there's a document somewhere that says, "Oh yeah, this helmet looks just like a turban."
Yes,
I think they had practical purposes.
yes,
They had a good. They were good at deflecting downward
yes,
blows.
yes,
They were really quite strong. Well, they look strong to me anyway.
yes, yes. Very,
Uh,
very strong. Extremely.
uh,
Yes,
and they usually, I mean, this has got that classic Turkish visor and thing, and
yes,
probably originally had earpieces as well. But
yes.
that's a modification. The helmet bowl may have been older even than Bayezid, and then it was of very high status, so it was modernized in the 40 in the 1500s. It was modernized. But you just have to look at how beautifully it's made. And
Yes.
these are sculptural items. You could have them on a shelf in your house,
Yeah. Yeah.
in the public part of the house, in a Ottoman house,
Yes.
on display.
Yes.
It's an art
Sculpture.
object.
Absolutely. Let me just see if I have placed more. Okay, these are some. Okay, about Ottoman Bayezid, because I use it for some other videos. You don't need to go through them. But look at this bead. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. See how they've woven that gold work into the actual shape of the metal itself to enhance it. You've got wonderful inscriptions all over it.
Yes. Yes.
Really quite nice calligraphy too. As
Yes. Very.
as very nice
Did I
calligraphy.
put it there just second, please, beat? If I know that. No, I didn't. Yeah, this one just says that it belongs to Bayezid, and it explains as well. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, yeah. The courageous Imam, the master of victory, Sultan Bayezid, the son of Sultan Muhammad Khan. Among other
Yeah.
inscriptions on it, it says. Isn't it beautiful,
Yeah.
right?
But
It's
yeah,
really
I
beautiful.
love the way the shape transition. It's, as I say, it's more, it tapers slightly in towards the bottom. That could be an effect of the photography, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yes.
Then you've got the kind of bulging out and then the coming into that smooth cone. It's really kind of a very striking design as a piece of metalwork.
Yes. This
Uh,
this piece is in a separated,
mm,
glass, and you know which type of glass. I think everyone knows, right? So it
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
extra. It has an extra protection, right? Just to know how
Well,
much the museum.
justifiably, because Bayezid was incredibly famous in his own time.
Yes.
Uh, and I mean, he we forget when you read studies of the Sultanate in the Ottoman state, the Sultan was, it's not quite the same as just a king.
Yes.
He was almost a holy person,
Yes.
and often the government was run completely without him getting involved.
Yeah.
Though sultans did like to go to war a lot and periodically recover money that had been embezzled by their treasurers. and whatever by having
Yeah.
them arrested and all their goods seized. It was never safe to be a high official
No.
in the Ottoman Empire. There was no guarantee that you would live to your retirement. And everybody was after everybody else. I'm looking at that helmet. I think if this formerly had earpieces, they were probably suspended from two straps riveted inside the helmet rather than being attached to the outside like the other pieces are.
Yeah.
The visor is clearly riveted on, which
Yeah.
is the way they were nearly always made.
Yeah.
This is a really old idea of having a visor on a
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
There's some in the Metropolitan Museum of Art that came through Tibet that are clearly 14th century, so they're earlier than this, and they already had some kind of visor. But the kind of Eastern visors were different from the Western visors. They were a
Yes.
different shape and they were different construction, but they still had the same idea. You see,
Absolutely.
there's a big medallion on the top of the nasal, which is a very
Yeah.
common thing. Uh,
Yes.
the nasal, oh, I see. So the nasal is down at the moment, but it could go higher because you can see the bottom of the nasal on the left photograph, and it's reinforced. It's really quite solid at the bottom.
Yes.
So
By
that
the
if a
way,
sword
before we
came down,
forget, because the pictures don't show it, it is made of crucible steel, right?
oh
Just to
yeah,
mention.
well that would be natural, I think,
Exactly.
for the Sultan. He'd get the best stuff. It has. It appears to have. Let's wait a minute. I thought there was a second support, but that's a knob so that it can't slide too far down. But
Yes.
of course it's bent over now, so it's not going to slide down at all. But
Yes.
that might have gone all the way down to the chin originally. At the
Yes.
moment, it looks like it's sitting about nose height. It's hard
Yes.
to tell without a person's head in the helmet. Uh,
Yes. Look
I
at
mean,
this beat
these,
you're talking about here. Look at this beat, this one,
yeah,
right? This
yeah,
one, and yeah, exactly. And this is up.
yeah,
You can see that this is really up, but it can
yeah,
go
yeah,
down. Exactly.
yeah. I think it can go down possibly maybe that far, maybe that far.
Yes.
Uh, again, without measurements and that. The other thing is that these look really giant helmets, but they're really only big enough to fit padding and stuff inside. They're not huge.
Mm-mm.
They're impressive. I mean, they make a big impression on you when you see them. But some people said, "Oh, you wore a turban inside. You might have worn some cloth around your head for padding, and technically it's a turban. But I think most of the time people wore padded caps inside, usually padded with something like cotton or rich people's silk floss,
Yeah.
which is quite good at resisting cuts.
Yes.
There's a famous story of um, uh, Babur, the founder of the Mughal dynasty, was in a battle and his helmet was knocked off and he just had the lining cap on his head and
Mm.
somebody hit him with a sword and it
Mm.
split the skin on his scalp down to his skull, but it didn't cut through the cap because the padded silk cap was, like it didn't cut through. So he only got a percussive blow instead of a slice, which might have sliced into the cranium.
Yes.
He survived. So, when we see this by itself, it's part of a whole assembly of padding and ear guards and possibly even an aventail. It's hard to see. They look like there are positions for vervels or something to
Yes.
hold on
Yes.
a male avatar
They are. Yes, they are.
along the bottom edge.
You see that?
So
You see
these,
that? Excuse me, Beat. Let me see. You see the
yeah, yeah,
holes here? You see? You see?
yeah.
Exactly.
So it's quite it's going to be quite an impressive thing. There are helmets in Topkapi where the aventail starts, like around your face and goes down to your chest to
Yeah.
prevent blows getting in easily. It's very
Yeah.
impressive when you think about it. But of course, everything that you wear weighs something, so there's also limits on that. So here we've got the calligraphy.
Yes, so beautiful. From the other side, it's preserved much better, the calligraphy, right? Exactly.
Mm.
Really
Yeah,
nice.
this is very nice work.
It's unbelievable.
You can see that the visor is quite thin metal.
Yeah.
It's not to stop a mace blow or something like that. It's A, to give you shade, which is useful, and B, to interfere with the passage of a sword or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
It's not, because if it's really solid, it might tip the whole helmet because they didn't have. I mean, the helmet is just worn on the head, strap under the chin, basically, nothing complicated.
One more here. You see that? Okay, we can see
Yeah.
the
See
attachment.
those two bright rivets? That's
Yes.
probably on the inside, that's where the straps were that
Yes.
held the earpieces.
Exactly.
Because usually they only have two rivets to hold those
Here.
straps in.
Let me show it again here. This one and this one for
Yeah,
earpieces.
it's very obvious on that side, not so obvious on the other side.
Yes.
Um, and this is also the side where the calligraphy is
Yes.
better preserved.
Yes. Better
I
preserved.
mean, even I can read some of the letters on that. So, I mean, it's very clear.
Really
But
nice.
you can also see, if you look towards the back of the helmet, you can see that linkage that
Mhm.
holds the neck guard on. And this is
Yes.
typical of Ottoman helmets.
This one.
Um, yeah, it gives the strength to hold it in place, but it's minimal. There's maybe three of them.
Yes.
And it allows the neck guard to move so that if you put your head back, it doesn't dig into you or anything like that. It's quite a good design.
Yes.
That's an impressive helmet. It's early. It's really well made. Oh, here's another one.
So this one is beautiful. The reason is it has its
Mm,
original riveted mail. Most of
wow.
them lost it, right? And this has its original
Yeah,
riveted.
yeah.
That's what makes this one for me very valuable.
Yeah. And again, see the nasal, it's got a stop at the top so it can't slip down too
Yes.
far.
Yes. Here.
It's got a rolled end,
Yes.
which would stop blades sliding off the bottom of it. Because remember, if it stops it from hitting your face and then it cuts you across the throat, it's not going to do you any good.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this one is more typical in the sense it doesn't have that slightly tapering bottom section. This one, the bottom section is slightly concave, or
Yes.
it looks slightly concave. Yeah, it
Right.
is slightly concave.
It is. Yes.
Um, the the earlier ones all have the eyebrows, which are beautiful. I think they really make the helmet stand out.
Yeah.
And the way they've made them so that the nasal goes between the two, so it really it's structurally it's quite an interesting design.
Yeah.
But this one is one where the flutes are straight up and down,
Yes. Straight
which
one.
is what I'm saying. When people say, "Oh, it looks like a turban wrapped around there," not really. They've varied the way the ribs are uh, hammered out
Yes.
for design purposes. And again, it may have been. You very, very, very rarely see these in paintings with a scarf wrapped around them.
Yes. Yes.
If you saw 100 paintings with these helmets in them, one would have a scarf. It's
Yes.
not
Yes.
common.
Not common at all.
Or if it was common, it wasn't considered appropriate to
Yes.
show somebody in battle with a scarf on their helmet.
Wait, look at the rivets. You see that?
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. You see?
Yeah, that's nice.
Mhm.
Very, particularly towards that one of the bottom rows, the rivets are almost lined up running along the row. It's
Oh, yeah,
very,
here you can see them clearly, right?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
it's very prominent.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, this when you consider, pardon me, when you consider how much um sword work was involved in these times, the advantage of mail is quite clear. I mean, it's uh, in the West they went to full plate harness,
Mhm.
which had advantages, but it was also limited because it was so expensive and it had to be custom fitted. A male shirt doesn't have to be custom fitted. It's
Exactly.
it's
That's
not
a
one
big
size.
advantage. Big advantage.
Yeah.
You had this point
Well, when
last
you
time when
when
we talked that
yeah,
really makes me think, or made me think. You have a European armor, but it should be custom made. Who else is going to put it
well,
off?
this is it, and of course, only the upper part of society can afford to have it custom made. So everybody else is wearing armor that looks pretty much the same but doesn't function as well. Um, this is a thing that if you're a modern reenactor, you're gonna and you can afford it, you're gonna get an armor that fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
But maybe 5% of the army had armor that good, and the other 95% was in descending scales,
Yeah.
uh, which is an unfortunate thing for armor. But in cost levels as they went down. So if you're a crossbowman or an archer,
Mhm.
you might have articulated arms and legs because you found them on the battlefield, but
Yes.
they're not a perfect fit, so you had to have somebody adjust them for you. This is the actual cost. This is maybe why armies in Europe were so small compared to the Middle East.
Yes.
I mean, the size of the armies was much bigger. That usual. I've
Yes.
never seen one with
Yes.
that decoration. It's
Yes.
almost like a crown, but it's not
Yes.
because it doesn't come all the way around.
Do you see it here? Look at this area. You see, it's
Yeah, that's
unbelievable.
what I mean. It almost looks like a crown, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes.
But it appears to me that it's is it it looks like it's forge welded on rather than
Yeah.
being
Yeah. It
hammered
is
out. Like
forge welded. It is. It is
yeah,
forge welded.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
It is.
the flutes are hammered out.
Yes.
But
That's right.
I love the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Very
Let me
high
just
quality
show it to you
eyebrows.
if you have. Yeah. You look. You
It's a
know what
bit
I like
sad.
about it? Like a heart. It looks like a heart. The opening.
Oh yeah, the face is yeah, with the eyebrows and that. Yeah, that really works well. I'm guessing the two rivets on the side are from aigrettes to take feathers,
Yes.
and I think partway up the helmet is a hook. Now
Yes.
that may be to take the whole aventail, because you see in miniatures a lot where they've lifted the whole aventail up and put it up so they can see and breathe in that. When you went into battle, you just dropped it down.
And B, this one is also exceptional because it kept its coif, and that's what makes this one is also very beautiful, like the one before. So it's not,
Yeah,
most Ottoman helmets like that, right? Today, I mean, like
yeah,
not
yeah.
in the
The
past.
well, mail is the wire is thin and it can rust.
Yeah, it can
And
rust.
you give a few hundred years, and people say, "Oh, we'll get rid of that. It looks dirty. The helmet looks good, but the
Yes,
mail's all
that's
rusty."
it. So that's
And
what
which is
also all riveted. That's what makes this one also very special, right?
again, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the slots in the helmet, and I think they originally took vervels, which are little pieces that come through with the loop on one side, and you run leather
Yes.
through the mail. I
Yes.
think that in its lifetime, that mail aventail has been directly riveted onto the thing, because you would just have round holes instead of slots. But if you're going to have vervels, which is quite common in Europe as well,
Yes.
you have all these little loops that run around the helmet, and
Yes.
then you run a strip of leather and you weave it into the top of the mail, which
Yeah.
means that when you want to clean the mail, you can just undo everything and take it apart.
Yes.
Whereas when the mail is riveted directly, as this is, you can't take it apart. It's there forever. Oh, that's a beautiful one.
The next turban helmet.
See, again, you've got a hook, though. I'm wondering if this hook is to hold up the nasal.
Yes.
The
Yes.
other hook was much too high to do that, but
Yes.
this hook is lower. It depends on the nasal. Is there something engraved? There is. There's something engraved next to the hook.
Yeah, there is. Oh God, I need to turn. Oh, I cannot read it.
It's
Yeah, there is an
upside down,
inscription. Yeah,
because I think it runs that way and it ends in
yeah,
a in an H. Um,
yeah,
so it starts at the where the hook starts,
yeah.
upside down, goes up the hook towards the end.
Yes,
That's if I'm reading that right.
yes, it is.
Um, so the interesting thing is there on the inside of the nasal something for that hook to attach when you push the nasal all the way up? Or is that hook like the other one to take the male aventail? Also, notice the eyebrows. They're applied, pierced
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This
strips.
is so beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really nicely done.
yeah,
I think there's an applied strip all the way around the bottom of that. This is
yeah.
another level up in terms of construction. Though the real artistry is in the fluting. I mean, that to get that so beautifully consistent.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
the
I
museum
don't
is
do
so
metal
proud
work.
of their Ottoman collection. I have to say, they're really
Oh,
exceptional.
yeah. I mean, stuff like this is just again, you just put it on the shelf as an artwork. You wouldn't even
It
worry that
is
it's a helmet.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's,
And clearly, the whole thing is like the rim of the helmet is
excuse me, Pete.
engraved. The top
Let
of
me
the
yeah.
nasal is engraved.
Let me see why it is being stuck. I'm sorry, Pete.
Oh, well, you predicted this could happen.
Yeah, yeah. Remember exactly. Unfortunately, yes. Let me just see. We will go
Wait a
back.
minute.
Yes, we are using another system today. It still is not working. What the hell is going on? Excuse me, Peter. Just a second, please. There is something
Yeah, yeah.
very strange. Let me see. Why are we having this problem? Okay, then. Okay, now I think I can handle that now. Maybe we go to the next one. So, okay, let me see what is going on here. Okay, Pete, can you see it now? Let me just see. Okay,
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
see it now? Okay, we were
Yep.
talking about this. Okay, this. Now
Ah, here
I
we are.
solved the
That's the
problem.
one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, this is the next one. Look at this one, Pete.
Yeah, you can see all the traces of. Yeah, see, the everything is varying from helmet to helmet. So the straightness or the spiral of the flutes, the width of the flutes, the all kinds of things there. Then the rim of the helmet. I'm using the word rim. I don't really mean that, but
Yeah, yeah,
the body of the helmet there. This one is concave but more flared out towards the bottom.
yes.
Uh, the eyebrow parts all kind of, you know, individually thought out. It's really, and
Very
there's
true.
an armory mark, I think, on that one.
Yes, it has an armory mark. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It does look as though somebody was hit or shot when they were wearing that.
Yes, it's true. It has battle marks on
Maybe
it.
it hit the nasal, broke the nasal, and then damaged the helmet underneath it. It does look as though it's been in the wars, literally,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty certain it would have been.
Yes.
I just like the shape of these helmets.
Yeah, they're lovely. They're really
I
lovely.
mean, they the problem is that when they say they do movies, a few movies have helmets like this in them, not very many, but they can't get the proportions right because you've got to measure a lot of real helmets to work out how big they were on a person's head.
Yeah.
And of course, we're not used to seeing people wearing helmets, whether in Western or Middle Eastern or Far Eastern movies that actually fit them because the helmets are usually too small.
Yes.
Because people doing costumes for movies make them more like hats,
Yes, they
forgetting
do.
about the padding, because the viewers expect that. I mean, the people doing costumes for movies are acutely aware of what the audience wants.
Yes, that's right.
That's why you get things in movies and you say, oh, that's not historical. It's not historical, but the person doing it knows that, but they also know what's going to
Yes.
appeal to their viewers. And if they're right, it's a big deal. They make a lot of money.
Next
I
one,
like
please.
these little hooks though. They're so basic.
Yes.
I mean, they're not elaborate or anything. It's just so very basic, but it works.
These helmets, also on the back, on the sides, have lots of these crack shapes like this. You
Oh
see that?
yeah. So is that forging problems or is it repairs when the helmet was damaged in battle?
Bad damaged beat. It was
Yeah, I
damaged.
think it looks this is too high quality to have forging
Yeah,
errors in
they
it.
cannot have forging it for no.
Yeah. I mean, I've got I had swords that had cracks in them from
Pete,
when
we
they were
both
pattern
know
welded.
in the Ottoman army, not every soldier could afford such helmets, right?
Oh, well, yeah. For instance, the Janissaries, they had arsenals and they handed them out weapons. They
Yeah,
weren't their own weapons.
yeah,
And this is what I've read. I don't know if it's true, but I have read that when there was going to be a war, Janissaries turned up at the arsenal and they picked the weapons they wanted. Oh, that sword, yeah, that sword feels good. It's not their sword; it's the government's sword.
yes,
And this is another thing about the armor and that. It can be like there were mercenary groups and they brought their own armor, But the state armies, the armor was owned by the state.
Yes.
And if you took it home, it was because the state gave you a farm or something, hectare,
Yeah.
that was to pay for your equipment. So
Yes. Yes.
as long as your son went in the army, he could get to wear it too. Oh, that one's really strongly patterned. This is like a 1920s
Yes.
sculpture or something.
And
It
it
is
is
so
old.
strong.
Pete, this is old, but look at this one.
Yeah, you can see why the French like these things, because they're stylish. They're functional,
Yes.
but they've never lost any of the beauty of the object in making it functional. I think that's really, really attractive.
Yeah.
You see these things and you think to yourself, well,
Beautiful, huh?
yeah, I mean, I remember seeing a Turkish movie, 60s or 70s, called, what was it called? I can't remember the name of it now. And it was about a sword maker during this period. He makes the sword and it breaks in battle, so he's so ashamed he cuts his own arm off.
Oh,
And
God.
because the was, you make something for
Yes.
the army, and it was more than just an object. It was, this is your part in the Holy War and whatever. Oh, I
Pete, look
love the
at this one.
face.
Pete, look at here,
Whether
armory
it's
mark. Do you see that?
yeah, there's the armory mark. That is another really beautiful shape of a helmet, isn't it?
Yeah. Magnificent.
I
And each one of them is different, right? That's what makes it
Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I noticed. I'm just looking at the pattern above the flutes, the cross hatching pattern that goes just above the flutes. Everything has been thought out. Everything works.
Yeah.
Um,
It's magnificent.
the the thing about these helmets are like those eyebrow ridges are worn very close to your eyebrows. So the helmet itself sat above your head,
Yes.
so that if you did get hit by something, the padding and everything would absorb it.
Yes.
It wasn't like metal head. There was not an air gap because it's probably full of padding. But there was a buffer between you and the blow. So even though these helmets are very elegant to look at, they were functional because of that. I mean, you have something like a Mizurka, which is just a disc with a very faint curve and mail all around it, and you think, oh, they wore that on their head, but they didn't. They wore it on top of a fur hat.
Yes. We are going to
So
see that.
again,
We are going to see one as well.
oh, great, because I think they're really nice.
Now look at